Hello everyone, welcome to the Web3 Education and Investment. Today in this video, I'm going to share my experience on learning the Centrifuge Governance Call 11. It's happening today, and we are going to have a discussion about the DAO, whether that's a failure or it's an opportunity. So if you are interested in the DAO, if you are interested in the governance, you should definitely check the governance call, and hopefully this video would be helpful for you. Today, Centrifuge, they have their governance call. In the governance call, they talk about several topics. I'm going to go over the block rewards and also the Cardano topic, and then go over the Centrifuge, their DAO. The first one for this topic is about Centrifuge. They just launched their first batch of Cardanos, and in this proposal, they propose to have 1,000 CFG each month for those Cardanos to reward them that generate the blocks. So the inflation would be around 3%, and those are all the details they have. Basically, in the discussion, everyone agrees that's a good use of CFG, and of course, if you have any comments, they have the proposal on the forum. You have 2 weeks to respond. And this RFC, I would recommend all of you, if you have time, you should check and the response if you are the Centrifuge token holder. Another topic, and more important, is from Kate, who is a key contributor to the Centrifuge DAO. She has a lot of experience in the decentralized organization, including those DAO Stack, Genesis DAO, all kinds of DAOs. And today, Kate gave a very good presentation. Actually, I think it's great presentation about the DAO. She mentioned the DAO is failing right now for all the projects. Let's see what she actually talked about.
So I think we do have a huge opportunity in front of us in the face of all this breakdown. We, i.e. the Centrifuge DAO, all of you, we're building our DAO from a more progressive and intentional state. And so we have a really incredible opportunity to learn from other DAOs, as well as the history of all organizations. And so we have a lot of data, a lot of literature, a lot of lessons that we can use to try to avoid some of these big problems. And we can really use tools to help us build strong foundations. And it's important that we do this early. We need to put in some of these strong foundations now, and not when it's too late. And of course, because when you do something that's important, it is necessarily hard. So things will get a lot harder than they are now.
The DAO right now, there are a lot of challenges, and I'm glad to see the opportunities as well, and also see Centrifuge, how they plan to take that opportunity to make the cool DAO in the Polkadot ecosystem. And I also check her research paper. She published a paper 1 year ago actually. And in the paper, she talked about the governing difference in online peer communities. For those of you, if you participate in their governance, you can go to their Discord. There's a bot channel, and put claim POP and put the code is gov11, and then you are going to claim the POP. So it's a POP NFT to reward those of you who participate in the governance. I'm going to come back and talk about the experience after we go over some other governance. So this is the governance for the Genshiro, their parachain, and you can vote now, and you should take a quiz first and then vote. Put whatever amount of KSM you want to knock and vote for this referendum. This is a way how you can participate in the Kusama governance. So now we will come back to share my experience on this talk. Is a DAO a failure or an opportunity right now? So I think right now it's more like an opportunity, but I also agree the DAO, there are a lot of failures, especially those projects. For example, the Luna and the FTX. We know they cause a lot of trouble, but the real problem is they are not fully decentralized. People, they don't participate and share their experience, share their ideas, and also help to make the decision together. So for those actually centralized organization, it's a failure. But if the projects, they really follow what is the DAO and follow what Kate said today, how to make the good DAO, those things will not happen. And also we understand the DAO right now for this governance, not many people, they are actually interested, because that's how the online or the decentralized governance works. Not everyone, they are interested in those governance. Some of them, they just want to participate in some important governance. Some of them, they don't want to participate in any governance. Some of them, they want to participate and make decision for each of the topic. So it is the decentralized how it works. I think the DAO is a very good opportunity, and it would be successful in the future, because it also reminds me what happened in the computer science field. In the computer science, all the code, we used to have the centralized, like the big company, they have the code, they have the software, and they don't want to release the code. Just like the Windows, right? The system they have is not open sourced. And then later on, people realize that's not a good idea, because all of those big tech companies, they have the code. There's no innovation at all, because they just have the code, they will make a lot of profit. And then the open source event happened, especially the Linux system. People, the open source release the code, and what's good about that is everyone now, they can contribute. They have the motivation to contribute and make it better. That is the same as a DAO, what's happening. All the people, they can contribute, they can share their opinion, they can make the decision together, they can decide what will be the future of the DAO. So if it is really the decentralized way to manage the DAO, I think it will be very successful in the future. Linux right now is one of the popular system, and I personally like it a lot, because it's open source. It is more robust than the one that is not open sourced. If there is an issue, people can help and point it out. And that is also why I like the Centrifuge parachain projects, because right now in the .sama, there are not too many projects they really care about the DAO. It's not about the projects who claim they are the DAO. It is about the projects who are doing the things, who are trying to make it decentralized, who are taking the opinion from the contributors. Those are the projects who will be successful in the future. Right now, it is not a good market, but in my opinion, I think those projects who really care about the decentralized, who really care about the users who can contribute to the protocol, who really care about the governance, that is the project would be successful in the future. And that is also one thing I like the Polkadot, because the governance in Polkadot, in my opinion, is one of the best among all of the other blockchain. We have the on-chain governance, Kusama, Polkadot, they all have the governance and everyone can contribute, they can vote, and also it's not like Ethereum or some other blockchain. They have the community that can actually divide it into different community. For example, Ethereum, right? They upgrade and there are a bunch of people who still want to keep the POW. Then they have their own community and finally there will be different chains. But in Polkadot, it will never happen because Polkadot, they have the upgrade, the on-chain upgrade. So only when most people they make agreement, then it will upgrade. It will never be divided into different community. So that's powerful about those DAO and about the decentralization. And this is something I learned from the Centrifuge Governance Call, and I just share my opinion why I think Centrifuge, they are doing great in their governance. So that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment if you have any thoughts. Bye bye.